Could tiny robots really rebuild the atmosphere of Mars and turn a deadly red desert into a place where you could take a casual afternoon walk without freezing, suffocating, or instantly regretting all of your life decisions? Stay with me, because by the end of this story, you may wonder whether Mars is the planet that actually needs saving. Imagine stepping onto Mars right now. The moment the hatch opens, the air outside looks calm and beautiful, like a quiet dream painted in red and gold. But then you remember that this dream wants to ruin your day. The atmosphere is thinner than the excuses you made in school. The pressure is less than 1% of the pressure at sea level on Earth. If you removed your helmet, your saliva would try to boil away, your lungs would scream for help, and your skin would file a formal complaint in every language it knows. Also, it is cold enough to make your fridge feel insecure. And thanks to the very weak magnetic field, cosmic radiation passes through the air like it owns the place. So how do we fix an entire planet? Well, here comes the bold idea. What if you send billions of tiny robots, each one so small it looks like angry metallic dust? These robots crawl across Mars, climb into cracks, mine ice, and whisper to each other about deadlines and overtime. They are like a planetary army of microscopic builders, ready to take a silent red world and give a sky that humans can actually breathe. In the most optimistic version of the plan, they begin terraforming. First, the robots go to the polar ice caps. They melt ice, split water, and release oxygen into the air. Slowly, painfully slowly, Mars gets a breath of life. Other robots dig up frozen carbon dioxide and release it to thicken the atmosphere and warm the surface, using the greenhouse effect. Meanwhile, high-tech factory robots craft powerful greenhouse gases to wrap the planet in a warm blanket. A separate robotic team builds a giant magnetic shield in orbit. Yes, a fake magnetosphere, because Mars misplaced its original one about a few billion years ago. If everything works perfectly, Mars warms up, the air thickens, the sky darkens into something richer. The world becomes less deadly, more friendly, like a shy neighbor who finally shows up to a party. You picture yourself walking under a new Martian sky, taking a deep breath without needing a bubble on your head. But you and I both know that science rarely behaves perfectly. So imagine the first comedy disaster. One robot misplaces a decimal point and releases too much greenhouse gas. Suddenly, Mars jumps from frozen desert to planetary sauna. You stand on a steaming red beach. A plastic flamingo float drifts by. Your visor fogs up. You yell at the robots to fix the thermostat. They politely respond that the climate update will be ready in about 100 years. Please wait. Now imagine the oxygen program works too well. The robots split water everywhere. Oxygen levels rise. Now the air is breathable and extremely flammable. One lightning strike turns an entire valley into a huge science demonstration. Your little Martian explorer stares in horror at a matchbox in his hand, suddenly aware that he has become the most dangerous creature on the planet. Behind the jokes is real physics. First problem is energy. All those chemical reactions require unbelievable amounts of power. Tiny robots do not run on magic. They need sunlight, reactors, or enormous power stations. Second problem is resources. Mars has ice, carbon dioxide, and minerals, but not unlimited supplies. Third problem is control. Coordinating billions of tiny machines without letting them break, get lost, or evolve into the most annoying dust storm in history is a nightmare. So, does this mean tiny robots are useless? Absolutely not. They could still build habitats, maintain life support, mine ice for human settlements, and create breathable pockets of air inside caves and lava tubes. You might not terraform the whole planet, but you could make local environments comfortable enough that humans begin to live there long before the sky turns blue. And here comes the unexpected twist. The more you imagine tiny robots fixing Mars, the more you realize something awkward. Humans on Earth have already been running a giant atmospheric experiment for centuries, but not on purpose. Without tiny robots, without swarms, without plans, we have been altering our atmosphere with fossil fuels, deforestation, and habits that add greenhouse gases faster than any robot swarm ever could. The atmosphere that truly needs careful engineering may not be on Mars at all. it may be the one you're breathing right now. So yes, one day tiny robots might help rebuild Mars, but the real planet that needs attention is Earth. The easiest world to terraform for human life is still the one that already has oceans, forests, and sunsets. The funniest part is this: before we fix the air of another world, we may need to learn how to stop accidentally breaking our own. In the end, the future of Mars might belong to tiny robots, but the future of Earth still belongs to you.